What's up, guys? Hope you all are having a good day. In this video, I'm going to show you guys what I've learned about playing in open positions and how to win more games when the position is open. So if we take a look at this position, well, this is an example of a closed position. And the reason that is because these pawns are pretty much cutting the board in half and the pieces can't really move through them. But we're not going to be looking at this. We're going to be looking at when the board is pretty much open and the pieces can kind of just move freely. So I'm going to show you guys 3 games, and I'm just going to give some helpful tips and advice and just demonstrate how those tips apply in the game. Alright, so this is the first game. I'm playing black, and this is a game I played in a tournament a while ago. And so let's see how this game goes. So I developed a bishop, he develops his bishop, and he attacks my rook. I move, and this is honestly the first move that isn't really that good, because one thing about open positions that you guys should know is that in general, you want to be playing in the center. And what I'm doing here, my whole thought process during this game is we're castled on opposite sides of the board here. So I was thinking I want to try to attack him. But that's not the important thing here. The important thing is that the position is open, so we want to try to control the center of the board and get some initiative. So a better move here would have just been immediately just contest this rook and try to just control the center. So I didn't do that though. I went here. He drops the bishop back. Because, actually, I do see I was threatening this, or he could take with the queen still, but it's still not that good of a move regardless, because, I mean, yeah, he just moves the bishop back. And I slide the queen to the center, which honestly is a good move, and he moves the rook back. And now, my idea should have still been to bring the rook back here and just try to contest the center of the board. Maybe this rook can go here, but I played the move queen to h5. Honestly, I'm not really sure what I was thinking here. I think I might have been worried about c3, but this is not something to worry about. If after c3, for example, if I go rook e1 like the move I should have played, and he goes c3, well, then there are all sorts of ideas to get out of this, because he's threatening my pawn here, and I can't take, or else I lose my queen. So we could take, and then if he takes, then we're chilling. If he takes this way, then I mean, we could go here, hit the bishop, and we can take the pawn after. So usually, if you're playing actively and playing in the center of the board, especially in these open positions, honestly, a lot of the times, you'll have good moves, and you'll have resources, even against a move like this. I mean, you always need to be careful, but a lot of times it'll work out. But I went here, again, abandoning the center. Queen was very well placed there, and he drops the bishop, take, kind of exposes his king, but I couldn't really do anything about it. And again, I probably should have just contested him. I could go here too, which is what I did, which isn't terrible. Honestly, it's not terrible. I could bring the other rook here now. My plan here, which was the wrong plan, was to try to attack his king. Another thing to know is that when the center is open, and the position is just open in general, it's a lot harder to attack. A lot of the times, you'll probably see those like King's Indian type attacks, where the center is completely locked up and you start pushing pawns on one side of the board. And those are cases where it's a lot easier to attack. In this position, it's a lot easier to attack because if we have all our pieces here and his king is here, he can't bring his pieces over because it's all closed. But if they're open, it'd be a lot easier for him to defend. That's why in this position, it's a lot harder to try to attack his king because the center's open. We should be trying to play in the center of the board and get some initiative here by just making threats against like some weak pawns, or you can still make threats against his king, but you'll see what I did and why it just wasn't that good. So a3, g5, and here's another thing. When the center is open, you want to try to maximize the activity of your pieces first. This is just a good rule for chess in general, but especially when the center's open, it's a lot better to try to play with your pieces. We have just an easy improving move here. Actually, let's just lose the pawn. Take. I guess we could take, and then take, and then get our rook in here. So, not the end of the world, but even like this would be good. Just improve the pieces first. I don't really know what I was going for here. Maybe here, it'd be good to just play g4 and knock his pawn off, but that wasn't my idea. That's the issue. I was trying to attack his king here, which, I mean, now that I'm looking at it, it seems kind of stupid, but when I was playing the game, I thought it was the right plan, but you guys will see what happens here. So he kicks my knight. Now my knight is in a terrible position. And you guys can see what I try to do. I still essentially try to attack his king. And it just doesn't work. And look at this position. Since I've wasted time with moves like this and just not trying to control the center, now look at what's happened. Mike, you can just see this queen is visibly not good. His pieces are all, except for this rook, his pieces are pretty active in the center of the board. And yeah, he just has control of the game. And I essentially just got my queen trapped here. There isn't really much I can do because he's forking my rook and he's about to take here. And I can't move my queen anywhere to save it. So yeah, I lost the game pretty quick after this. The most important points of this game are that when the position is open, you want to activate the pieces as fast as possible. Just play actively in general, and in most cases, you want to be playing in the center of the board. So that's why rook e1 would have been a better move here instead of abandoning the center with my queen. I studied this game, I learned from it, and let me show you guys a similar position that I got, and let me show you guys how I played this game. Alright, so this is a different tournament a few weeks later, and this is actually the same opening. I didn't show the opening in the last game, but in the last one I went here. You can't take the knight here, else you lose your queen. But, you know, after a little bit of study, I decided I like queen h5, and we get a similar type of open position. Sorry, I'm just seeing that's actually not a good move because here, he actually, let me check with the engine. Yeah, he has bishop f6, and if you take, he have forked. So that's actually not a good move there, but he didn't see that. So, okay. Now, this is kind of where I want to start talking about this. So, castles is decent. Queen d5 is a little better. But, okay, we go queen d5 eventually. And now you can see, position's open, and I'm playing in the center of the board. And activate the pieces. And here I just have a tactic. Take, take, and take. He might have had something after that. Take, take. He could have taken here, but I still like my position. Then I'll activate the other rook. So, okay. He did not do that, though. And, well, I kind of had to move there. That was a move I made in the other game, but it's kind of just necessary here. Take, take, take. And here, he's attacking my rook, but I just ignore it and take this pawn first. Because if I do something like this, he can go here and really secure that bishop. And that's going to be pretty annoying. That's another thing about the open positions. A lot of times in the closed positions, you can like move your knight around 4 times and all the tempos are less important. But in these types of positions, it's super important to be very concrete with your calculation because just one misstep can really just lose you the game. Which is true for a lot of different positions, but especially these types of positions. So there, he takes, and now I bring the rook here. Just very concrete stuff. Threatening mate in 1. He goes here, and here I missed a great move, which was rook to c8. And the idea is that once we throw in this check, we'll be able to start just flooding in with our pieces. But I just haphazardly threw in this check, and now it's not the same. Like if I go here now, let's see, what could he even do? Oh yeah, now he can just take this rook. That's why, yeah, it's just not the same anymore. But if I would have kept the king here, I would have been able to bring this rook and would have been completely winning. But did not do that, and I still got this position where it should be equal, but his king's a little exposed, so practically it's a little more difficult. And we're just bring my queen back to the center. Now that I don't have to worry about this pawn, and here I'm just trying to play with the pieces and just slowly poke away at his position. He was trying to defend, but he was just really low on time here, and he played this move, which is honestly very weakening and just makes my job a whole lot easier. And yeah, that was just mate. So I'd say the differences here were, it's not the exact position, but as the last one, but everything was a lot more concrete. I waited for the right opportunity to attack his king, because here I did still attack his king, but I was doing it in an active way. I wasn't just pushing my pawns. I was getting my pieces out into the game, which is, if there's one thing to take away for just anything, like any type of position, it's just you need to play actively with the pieces. So yeah, that was the second game. And now the reason I made this video is because this weekend I was playing in a tournament, had an open position, and I made a terrible move, and I want to show that to you guys, and yeah, hopefully you can learn from my mistake. Alright, so this is the position from the tournament from just this past weekend. I lost the first game, and I won the next two, and this is the game I lost, and I think I mainly lost it because of this move. When I was looking at this position after, and I saw the move I played, I was really like cringing hard to myself because it just really doesn't make much sense. So I played the move Queen to H3. Because another thing about open positions is, like I said, you want to try to get the initiative, but a one move threat is not the same as getting the initiative. Here, we're creating one move threat and making him react, but even if he just plays G6, this just helps his position. What ends up happening is he throws in this check, easily parries me, and he's just winning that pawn. So I was trying to foolishly attack his king here. Sometimes it works, like we saw in the last game. But here, trying to bring the queen here, it's just too easy to parry. Takes the queen out of the center of the board. And this move ended up giving him the winning advantage. So now that you've seen this move, what do you think the winning move here is? It's not winning, but the best move is here. It's simple, but pause the video, see if you can find it. And honestly, if you don't find it, it's all good, because I didn't see it either. I considered it, but I don't know why I didn't play it. But the move is rook to e1. As you can see here, we are activating the pieces. We're playing in the center of the board, and we're defending this pawn. And he can't really do anything because if he tries to like take it, because if I take, I'll lose the queen, or I'll lose a piece. I'll probably be down a rook, I'm pretty sure. And then, yeah, anyway, if he does that though, I can just push the pawn, and that's going to be super annoying for him. And then I can maybe start bringing my pieces in like here, and then maybe there's a potential attack because he has to worry about this pawn. But the way I played it, I was kind of trying to make him react to me. I wanted to try to be like, okay, you're going to have to respond to my threats, but it's too easy to counter. And like I said, you need to be very concrete here because just one mistake like this can cost you the game. Before this, I'm pretty sure it's like +1, and after this move, it was -2. So yeah, just an overall terrible move, but I guess stuff like that happens. And yeah, I kind of just tried to spit out as much as I could about the open positions in this video. So I'm sorry if it was a lot, but I hope you guys can pick up at least one of the things I said in this video. And if you enjoyed, then please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.